The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth. It covers more than 1/3 of the entire planet. Yet despite its enormous size, most of it remains unexplored. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the ocean has never been seen by human eyes. Beneath the surface lies a world of darkness, extreme pressure, and strange life forms that have adapted to survive in conditions that would instantly kill most creatures on Earth. Thousands of meters below the waves, sunlight completely disappears. Temperatures drop close to freezing. The pressure becomes so intense that it could crush a human instantly. For a long time, scientists believed that nothing could survive in such an environment. But when technology improved and deep-sea robots were finally able to explore these depths, researchers began discovering something incredible. Life was already there. In the deepest parts of the Pacific Ocean lies a massive underwater canyon known as the Mariana Trench. This trench stretches for more than 2,500 kilometers across the ocean floor. At its deepest point, called Challenger Deep, the ocean reaches nearly 11,000 meters in depth. To understand how deep that really is, imagine placing Mount Everest at the bottom of the trench. Even the tallest mountain on Earth would still be covered by more than 2 kilometers of water. This extreme environment was once thought to be completely lifeless. But when robotic submarines descended into the trench, their cameras began capturing footage of strange creatures moving slowly through the darkness. Some fish appeared almost completely transparent, their organs visible through their delicate bodies. Others had enormous jaws filled with sharp teeth designed to trap any prey that passed by. One of the most famous deep-sea creatures discovered in these dark waters is the anglerfish. This fish has a small glowing organ that hangs in front of its mouth like a fishing lure. In the darkness of the deep ocean, the faint light attracts curious prey. When another animal swims close enough, the anglerfish suddenly snaps its powerful jaws shut. Another strange animal discovered in the Pacific depths is the barrel-eye fish. This creature has a completely transparent head, allowing scientists to see its eyes rotating inside its skull. These unusual eyes help the fish look upward, searching for the faint silhouettes of animals swimming above. As researchers explored deeper and deeper parts of the Pacific, they realized something surprising. The ocean floor was not empty at all. In fact, it was full of strange ecosystems filled with creatures perfectly adapted to their extreme environment. Some animals grow incredibly large in the deep ocean. This phenomenon is known as deep-sea gigantism. Creatures such as giant isopods, enormous jellyfish, and massive squids can reach sizes far larger than their relatives that live in shallow waters. One of the most mysterious animals ever discovered in the Pacific Ocean is the giant squid. For centuries, sailors told stories about enormous sea monsters rising from the depths to attack ships. These stories were often dismissed as myths or exaggerations, but in the early 21st century, scientists finally captured the first real images of a living giant squid in its natural habitat. This incredible creature can grow up to 13 meters long. Its tentacles are lined with powerful suction cups capable of grabbing prey with incredible force. The giant squid also has the largest eyes of any animal on Earth, allowing it to detect even the faintest movement in the darkness of the deep sea. Even more mysterious is the colossal squid, a related species that lives in the cold waters of the Pacific and Southern Oceans. Unlike the giant squid, the colossal squid has rotating hooks on its tentacles that make it an even more formidable predator. But perhaps the most fascinating feature of many deep-sea animals is their ability to produce light. In the deep ocean, sunlight cannot reach beyond a few hundred meters. Everything below that depth is plunged into permanent darkness. To survive in this environment, many animals have evolved the ability to create their own light through a process called bioluminescence. This natural glow can serve many different purposes. Some animals use it to attract prey. Others use it to communicate with members of their species. Some creatures even use light as a form of camouflage. Certain squid species can release glowing clouds of light to confuse predators while they escape. Some jellyfish flash bright blue light when disturbed. Other fish have rows of glowing organs along their bodies that help them blend into the faint light coming from above. Scientists estimate that more than 75% of animals living in the deep ocean are capable of producing some form of bioluminescence. In many ways, the deep Pacific Ocean resembles an alien world filled with glowing creatures drifting silently through the darkness. As exploration continued, researchers began discovering something even more surprising on the ocean floor. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean are massive underwater volcanoes and hydrothermal vents. These vents release extremely hot water filled with minerals directly from inside the Earth. The water coming out of these vents can reach temperatures of more than 400 degrees Celsius. Despite these extreme conditions, entire ecosystems exist around these vents. Strange worms, clams, shrimp, and bacteria thrive in these environments. Instead of relying on sunlight like plants on the surface, these organisms use chemicals from the vents as their source of energy. This process is known as chemosynthesis. Some scientists believe that life on Earth may have originally started in environments similar to these deep-sea hydrothermal vents billions of years ago. But the deep Pacific Ocean has revealed more than just strange life forms. Sometimes, explorers discover mysterious objects resting silently on the ocean floor. Over the years, robotic submarines have discovered shipwrecks, lost cargo vessels, and aircraft wreckage that had disappeared decades earlier. Some of these wrecks have become artificial reefs, providing shelter for deep-sea creatures. In rare cases, sonar scans have detected unusual formations on the ocean floor that appear almost artificial. Some structures resemble massive walls or pyramid-like shapes. Most scientists believe these formations are simply natural rock structures created by volcanic activity or tectonic movements. However, because the deep ocean is so difficult to explore, many of these locations have never been investigated closely. The truth is that we still know very little about the deepest parts of the Pacific Ocean. Every year, scientists discover hundreds of new marine species. Creatures that no human had ever seen before are recorded for the first time. Some researchers believe that millions of unknown species may still be hiding in the unexplored depths of our oceans. The more we explore, the more mysterious the ocean becomes. Despite all our advanced technology, human beings have explored more of the surface of the moon than the deepest parts of our own oceans. There are still vast regions of the Pacific Ocean that have never been mapped in detail. Entire mountain ranges, valleys, and ecosystems may still be waiting to be discovered. And if strange creatures already exist in the darkness thousands of meters below the surface, it raises an interesting question. What else might still be down there? Perhaps new species of animals unlike anything we have ever seen. Perhaps unknown ecosystems thriving in complete isolation. Or perhaps discoveries that could completely change our understanding of life on Earth. The deep Pacific Ocean remains one of the last great frontiers on our planet. A silent world of darkness, pressure, and mystery. And somewhere in those endless depths, new discoveries are still waiting to be found.
And as technology continues to improve, scientists are preparing to explore deeper than ever before. New generations of autonomous underwater vehicles are being designed to travel farther into the abyss, staying underwater for longer periods and capturing clearer images of the mysterious world below. These robotic explorers can withstand extreme pressure and freezing temperatures, allowing researchers to study areas of the ocean that were once completely unreachable. With every new expedition, scientists discover something unexpected. Sometimes it's a new species of fish with unusual features. Sometimes it's a strange jellyfish drifting slowly through the darkness, and sometimes it's an entire ecosystem living in places where life was once thought impossible. One of the biggest mysteries of the deep ocean is how animals are able to survive with so little food available. Unlike the surface ocean, where sunlight supports plant life and entire food chains, the deep sea receives very little energy. Most of the food that reaches the ocean floor comes from what scientists call marine snow. Marine snow is made of tiny particles of dead plants, animals, and waste slowly drifting down from the upper layers of the ocean. Over time, these particles accumulate on the ocean floor, providing nutrients for deep-sea organisms. Although it may sound insignificant, this slow rain of organic material supports entire communities of animals living thousands of meters below the surface. Some creatures have evolved incredibly efficient metabolisms that allow them to survive for long periods without food. Others have developed unique hunting strategies. Certain deep-sea fish have mouths so large that they can swallow prey nearly their own size. Because food is so rare, these animals cannot afford to miss any opportunity to eat. Some species even have expandable stomachs that allow them to consume animals much larger than themselves. In the darkness of the deep ocean, survival often depends on patience. Predators may remain completely still for hours, waiting for a single chance to catch prey. Meanwhile, smaller creatures rely on camouflage and bioluminescence to avoid being eaten, but not all deep-sea animals are hunters. Some of the strangest organisms in the Pacific Ocean are slow-moving creatures that drift quietly along the seafloor. Sea cucumbers, for example, may look simple, but they play an important role in the deep-sea ecosystem. They slowly crawl across the ocean floor, feeding on organic material in the sediment. By doing this, they help recycle nutrients and keep the ecosystem balanced. Another unusual creature found in the Pacific depths is the Dumbo octopus, named after the famous flying elephant because of the ear-like fins on its head. The Dumbo octopus moves gracefully through the water by flapping these fins. Unlike many other octopus species, it lives at extreme depths, sometimes more than 4,000 meters below the surface. Its slow, almost peaceful movement is a sharp contrast to the harsh environment surrounding it. Yet even in this quiet world, danger is always present. Large predators patrol the darkness, searching for their next meal. Sperm whales, for example, are known to dive more than 2,000 meters in search of giant squid. These deep dives can last over an hour, making them some of the most impressive hunters in the ocean. Evidence of battles between sperm whales and giant squids has been found on the bodies of whales, where circular scars from squid suction cups remain visible. These encounters take place in the darkness far below the surface, hidden from human eyes. It is a silent struggle happening in a world we rarely see. But the mysteries of the Pacific Ocean are not limited to living creatures. Geologists studying the ocean floor have discovered enormous underwater mountain ranges, deep valleys, and massive volcanic structures. In fact, the longest mountain range on Earth is not on land at all. It lies beneath the ocean. This system of underwater mountains, known as the Mid-Ocean Ridge, stretches across the planet like a giant seam running through the Earth's crust. In the Pacific region, tectonic plates constantly shift and collide, creating earthquakes and underwater volcanoes. Sometimes these volcanoes grow so large that they eventually rise above the surface, forming islands. Many of the islands scattered across the Pacific Ocean were created this way over millions of years. Hawaii, for example, was formed by volcanic activity deep beneath the ocean floor. Over time, lava built up layer by layer until the islands emerged from the sea. But beneath these islands, volcanic activity continues even today. The Pacific Ocean is also home to an area known as the Ring of Fire. This region contains more than 75% of the world's active volcanoes. It is one of the most geologically active places on Earth. Deep below the surface, enormous forces are constantly shaping the planet. These powerful movements can create new ocean floor, destroy old crust, and reshape entire regions of the Earth over millions of years. Yet despite all this activity, the deep ocean remains incredibly difficult to study. The immense pressure and darkness make it one of the most challenging environments for exploration. Even the strongest submarines can only remain at extreme depths for limited periods of time. And because the Pacific Ocean is so vast, exploring every part of it could take centuries. This means that many mysteries may remain hidden for a very long time, but scientists remain determined to continue exploring. Every expedition brings us closer to understanding the strange world beneath the waves, and every discovery reminds us of something important. Our planet is still full of unknown places. There are still secrets hidden in the darkness, still creatures waiting to be discovered, still landscapes that no human has ever seen. The Pacific Ocean is not just the largest ocean on Earth, it is also the deepest, the darkest, and perhaps the most mysterious place on our planet. And somewhere in those silent depths, far below the reach of sunlight, the next incredible discovery may already be waiting.